Welcome back to Fit Survive channel. So a while back I picked up this classic SD from Victorinox. It has some sterling silver scales on it. Really cool box, by the way, kind of different from what you typically find. So in the front here you have the certificate claiming this is all original. The silver scales are made by a silversmith in America. That's pretty cool. Right, you have paper here recommending to polish it every once in a while. And then this one just talks about maintenance and mentions the tang stamp. All right, then next up you have a little pouch, a nice soft pouch to make sure the silver doesn't get scuffed up in the box. Then there's a knife itself. So the very first thing you'll notice is that it's very hefty. So it weighs 41 grams. If you compare that to a plain Victorinox Classic SD, this weighs 20 grams. And so this doubles the weight. And as soon as you pick it up, that's one of the first things you'll notice is, wow, this is pretty hefty. So just for comparison, the Victorinox Mini Champ weighs 44 grams, so just 3 grams more than this classic SD, but you can see it's got a lot more tools in it compared to this. So the scales are polished. It's the model basically, because they actually had a couple different that they made. It was mid-2000s. They did a kind of a limited run with these sterling scales. They had a bunch of different options. You had like the hammered, corn cob, and then there's another one. I can't remember which the other one was. Anyways, this is the polished version, so it's just kind of plain sterling silver. And I really like the pattern. I like that it's really simplistic. See right here in the back, it has a stamp that says sterling right there. The rest of these stamps, I actually have no clue what they are, what they mean. And so if any of you know that, let me know down in the comments what those stamps mean. They're on the silver. Maybe they somehow relate back to the silversmith. So anyways, what we're going to be doing today is going to be cleaning this up. I'll do that off camera with some dish soap. Nothing really special there to see. Then I'll be polishing this up. I'll show you guys that process. And then kind of talking about maybe what I want to do with this, getting some ideas maybe from you down in the comments, what I should do with it, if I should keep it as is as a collector's item, or if I should go ahead and take it apart and make a custom out of it. I was going to take it apart to clean it, but if you can look right here underneath the scales actually go up and around the end of the liners. And so that literally gives me nothing to snag to pop these off. And so I'd be kind of concerned. I don't want to deform the silver scales trying to get them off. And so that's one of the things I'm concerned about is actually removing them. So for today, with just cleaning it, polishing it, we're going to be doing it with the knife assembled. When I purchased this online, I expected I'd have to replace some of the tools, but actually they look like they're in good condition, actually perfect condition. So you see, you got the scissors here. This is a classic SD, and so the tool set's going to be very simple. We have the blade, and you have the nail file with a flathead screwdriver. So very simple tool set there. Definitely really cool scales. I like the weight of it. Makes it feel like you have something like legit there in your hands. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead right now and I'll go clean this up real quick. You can see, maybe you can see here on the inside, it does have something in there. I'm not sure if somebody tried cleaning this with something. So anyways, we'll clean this up and then I'll show you guys the process of polishing up the silver and then we'll go from there. All right, so done with the washing. So I cleaned out the inside. Really pleased how it looks. Just use a toothbrush and some dish soap. Did the job just well. All right, so what we're going to use, we have some polishing compounds from 3M. Now, of course, they don't sell in these small containers. I actually have a paint shop close by, and I can buy these in small amounts like this. But anyways, I'll include links to these. So the white is going to be a more abrasive compound, and then the silver, or the gray kind of color here, is going to be a finishing compound. And this should be all that we need for the silver. Doesn't need any sanding or anything like that. Now, I realize this is probably not the proper way to polish silver, but I'm not a jeweler, I'm a craftsman, and so this is what I have. Actually, I use this compound for polishing the original scales. And so the Celador scales, you can use this to polish them up. Of course, I sand this first with some sanding paper. If you guys are interested in seeing the process of me restoring an old knife, let me know. I can do that, show you guys that process, polishing it back up to look, basically make it look like it's new. So anyways, also have a microfiber towel here. Now this is meant especially for washing windows, and I like this particular towel because it's really good at getting rid of the fingerprints and stuff like that. Another thing I looked at online was the soda and aluminum foil method for cleaning up the silver. But the thing is, I don't want to clean the silver. I actually want to polish it. I want to get rid of all these small scratches maybe like turn it into like a mirror finish. It's kind of, I guess, the goal. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get started with that. So I'm gonna start with the white paste first. So this actually dried on me, and I've added some water. So that's why it looks a bit like cottage cheese, but it should work just fine for us. So what we'll do is I'll polish the backside on camera, show you guys the process, and then I'll do the front side off camera. That way I don't have to worry about me accidentally polishing off that logo. So it's usually a lot runnier than this, but it's okay. It'll work for us. Let me know down in the comments, how do you typically polish silver? Maybe you have a good method. Again, not for cleaning it, but actually for polishing it up to get rid of the small scratches and stuff. All right, you see right there, starting to clean off the silver. I think it has written on the bottle the actual grit of this polishing compound. Of course, since I don't have the bottle, I can't tell you the exact grit of it. All right, let's open this up. All right, now let's see how it looks after that first polish. All right, already starting to look better. So I do still see some deeper scratches. So let's go for another round. All right, so the second time around, let's see. Definitely got a lot better. Still does have some deeper scratches in there. Wonder if those will come out at all with polishing though. All right, we're gonna do one more time. I'll do that off camera and then show you how it looks after this, and then we'll do the gray one after that. All right, so I ended up doing another 2 rounds of polishing off camera. You can see this is starting to become very reflective there. Now, we still have some small, almost like smudge marks, and so that's when we're going to use the next compound. This is the finish for the polish. And this one actually is going to have a lot better texture. You see how pretty that looks there? A lot better texture than the white one because this one did not dry out. And then do the exact same thing. Got a feeling someone's going to be making comments about, I don't know, using maybe a Dremel with a polishing tip or whatever. The thing is, I don't want to go too far. I haven't had much luck with the Dremel, like polishing tips or whatever those things are called, the polishing tool. They seem to be a bit too aggressive, in my opinion. So anyways, this might be a bit primitive, might be a bit slow, but at least this way I can control the process. I like the way it turns out. All right, and there we go. Look at that. That's what I would call a mirror finish. All right, that is really cool. I can still see some small little nicks. I mean, we'll probably have to sand it down to get rid of that. Which I don't really want to do much sanding on this. So anyways, let's do a comparison. We wipe all this off. Make sure it's a nice and fair comparison, the front and the back. Get rid of all the smudge marks. So this is what it looked like here in the front. That's what the back looks like. All right, so go ahead and polish the front off camera, show you the final result, and just kind of talk about what you guys think I should do with this really unique Victorinox Classic SD with the sterling silver scales. All right, we are done polishing this up. That's how it turned out. Super shiny, nice polished finish there. Definitely not bad for some automotive polish. Of course, that's meant for the automotive paint. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about that, about how you think it turned out. What you think about using that 3M machine polish. I'm really pleased with the results. I do still see some very small nicks that are deep that there's no way I could polish out. And I don't think any like professional silver polish would do any better. Again, I mean, you guys can school me on that if you think there's actually a dedicated silver polish that can do a better job on the silver than what we did here. Again, like I said, if we sanded it, I imagine it could probably do a little bit better. But otherwise, I think that's pretty good as it is. All right, so I have 3 questions for you guys. If you can, please comment down in the comments section. First question is, what do you think of how this turned out, about how the polish turned out? Second question is, what do you think about using the 3M polish? Is that something legit? I mean, or am I just absolutely insane with that? And the last question is, what should I do? Should I keep this as it is, just as a collector's item with the silver scales? Or should I take this apart, figure out a way to take these scales off and build like a custom Swiss Army knife, maybe a spider Knox or something like that? So let me know down in the comments your thoughts about that. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.